Being an aquarist, have you ever pondered, what is the right way to add a fish in an aquarium? Don't worry, I am here to help you in this regard. It's exciting to put new fish to tank, but you have to be extremely careful during the procedure, as fish are very sensitive. You should have prior knowledge about crucial facts like whether the water of the new tank is suitable for the new coming fish or not. While moving your new companion from a fish store to your home, keep in mind to place the bag in a cool and a dark place in your vehicle. Also, try to give your fish bag corners so that it may rest in your car without being overly jostled. To monitor the fish for sickness or illness, quarantine the new fish in a separate aquarium tank for at least 2 weeks before introducing them into an existing tank. Keeping the new fish in a separate tank will prevent disease from spreading to your existing tank. Make sure your separate container is at least 5 to 10 gallons in capacity. Include an old sponge filter from an aquarium to stock your tank with beneficial bacteria. Assume you don't have a quarantine tank for your new fish. In that situation, you must use extreme care while getting your fish. Check to see whether it is unwell or has any symptoms of illness. Try to get your fish from a pet store you trust, one that keeps their tanks clean and healthy. Before bringing your new fish home, make sure they are compatible with the fish you already have. When analyzing the compatibility of your new fish, keep the following points in mind. Choose freshwater fish if your tank is set up with freshwater. Similarly, if you're going to have a salty or brackish water tank, select species that can grow in such habitats. Research online for appropriate tank mates for the fish you currently own. This contributes to a peaceful tank community. Avoid including species that are known to be opposing one another. Don't include the fish that have a habit of nipping at the gills or fins of others. Similarly, avoid including fish that are prone to being nibbled. Never combine tropical and marine fish since their habitat requirements are vastly different. Having compatible fish in your tank sets the tone for a peaceful underwater habitat. Your fish requires a lot of room to swim around. As a result, one of your primary duties will be to ensure that there is sufficient space for them. Tank sizes can range from 0.5 to over 200 gallons. But remember that the larger the tank, the more maintenance it needs. The size of your tank is determined by the type of fish you choose. Before introducing new fish to your aquarium tank, make sure it has some hiding spots. These hiding spots will help the newcomer to locate a safe haven during the initial phase. This can assist in reducing the stress that is commonly experienced on the first day of transfer. These hiding spots can easily be formed by carpeting your tank with mosses like Java moss or flame moss. Water quality is a crucial aspect of the tank environment that must be seriously assessed before adding new fish. It is important that you constantly monitor and record the suitable pH level and water temperature for both new and existing tank residents. Water temperature tolerance can often be greater in freshwater tanks. However, temperature ranges are noticeably shorter and more precise in saltwater tanks. Keeping the aquarium tank away from direct sunlight will help reduce stress in newcomers. It will also help to maintain a tranquil and calm atmosphere for existing tank inhabitants. Consider turning off the tank lights and lowering the lighting in the area where your tank is placed. Consider rearranging or redecorating current ornaments before adding new fish to your aquarium. This modest action may help reduce territorial conflicts among existing tank dwellers, making the transfer easier for everyone. It also gives a sense of freshness to the surroundings, which is beneficial for you tank species. Now that you've taken precautions, let's get to our main goal, which is how to add new fish to tank. Here is a step-by-step guide. Pay close attention to each step as these are significantly important. Take all the preventive measures discussed earlier, paying special attention to turning off the aquarium lights. Consider feeding the existing fish in the tank before proceeding, as this can help calm the resident species. Place the sealed bag containing the new fish on the water surface of the tank. Allow it to float undisturbed for approximately 15 minutes. This step helps to equalize the water temperature in the bag with that of the tank. Gently open the top of the bag without letting any water in or out. Test the pH of the water in the bag and the tank water. Compare the pH differences in both waters. For instance, if the bag water has a pH of 7 and the tank water is at 6.6, the difference is 0.4 pH. Take half a cup of tank water and pour it into the open bag. Wait for 15 minutes and repeat this process until the pH levels in the bag match the tank water. Consider noting down the pH after each repetition, or at least after every 2 repetitions. Now finally, it's time to transfer your new buddy to the tank. Use a net to carefully transfer the fish from the bag to the tank. If possible, use a shrimp net for smaller fish. If a larger net is the only option, place it over a bucket and gently pour the bag water into the net. Swiftly transfer the fish from the net into the tank. Discard the water from the bag into the sink. Do not add it to the tank. Keep the aquarium lights off for several hours to help the new arrivals adjust to their surroundings. Think about introducing a pair of new fish species instead of just one. This can reduce stress and encourage improved mental health among newcomers, resulting in a more peaceful environment for everybody. Don't overcrowd your aquarium by introducing too many fish at once. Overcrowding may result in territorial disputes and increased hostility among your aquatic inhabitants. To avoid doubling your aquarium's fish population all at once, as this might have the same adverse effects as indicated above. A happy aquatic community requires gradual additions. The timing of adding a second pair of fish to your aquarium is determined by several factors, including the size of your tank, the exact species you intend to introduce, and the present residence. In general, it's best to wait 2 to 4 weeks before considering a second addition. This time allows the tank's biological filtration to acclimate to the increased bioload from the initial batch of new fish and aids in the maintenance of steady water parameters. Finally, adding additional fish to your aquarium requires some well-thought measures and precautions. It's a procedure that requires attention to detail and patience, from transporting and quarantine to compatibility checks and water quality inspections. By following these guidelines, you can develop a peaceful underwater habitat that protects both your current aquatic individuals and the newest buddies. If you have any query, you can ask me into comments box, and I'll see you right there with the answer. If you like the video, hit that subscribe button and press the bell icon so you would never miss any video from Fit Aquarium.